Hello, I'm Chris, and I'm going to show you how to create an iOS shortcut that takes an image from your camera that you take a photo of and pass it to OpenAI to tell you what is in the photo. So we start by finding the camera shortcut. So we can say take photo. And I'm doing this on my Mac, but you can do this all the same way on your iPhone as well. It's just a lot easier to manage it on the Mac. So we take our photo, um, do, 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 and then we're going to need to call the OpenAI API. So I have this over here on the left that shows the chat completions call. I have the image URL one pulled up. Here it takes um, a public URL, but we don't have that. So what we can do is we can actually use base64 encoding for the image. So to do that, we're actually going to change the way that our message is. Let's see, it's a user message. It's the content. So we have image URL here. Image URL. Okay. So here is the object that we're talking about, either a URL of an image or a base64 encoded image data. So first we'll start with encoding it as base64, and fortunately Shortcuts already has that for us. So here we encode the photo, which is from here with base64. I set line breaks to none. I'm not actually sure if it makes a difference, but this is how I got it to work. Um, and then this gives us the actual base64 data, but for the request itself, we need to tell it that it is the base64 format. So we can't just pass this string to the request. What we have to do is we need to combine, combine that with the base64 data with the kind of like the beginning encoding format for a base64 string. So here we have combined base64 encoded, and what do we combine it with? We combine it with some text, and that text is going to be data colon image slash JPEG semicolon base64 comma, and then that has to get appended to this. So I'm going to clear that. Clear that. So you see the combine takes a text list, so it's going to be two things that we pass it. So we're going to insert the text, which is this one, and then we're going to insert the base64 encoded, and then we don't want to delimit it with new lines, so we'll just say custom and then leave that blank. This next bit, so this is going to be an API key. I'm not going to paste that in there just because I don't want people using it. But if you don't know how to get one of those, you go to OpenAI's website here at this URL, platform.openai.com/API keys. If you don't already have a developer account, you can create that, set up your billing, and then you'll be able to get a key that you'll put in here. It'll start with SK dash usually. And then next we're going to actually make the URL call. So there's a shortcut here called get contents of URL. And then you'll see in a second, this is also why I prefer building the shortcut on the Mac, because when you're doing this one on your phone, it's a lot of nested menus that get kind of annoying to deal with. So we are going to use this API, post to chat completions. So we'll copy that, get contents of text. No, not the variable text. So just the URL. Oops. What's happening? Come on, let me paste. Post. What is going on? It's not on my clipboard. Paste. No? Okay. Well, it worked earlier. So I'll just paste it there. And then I will set this variable to this one. Okay. So this is how we pass the URL now, is this one is just a variable of text that we're sending to the get contents. When I did this earlier, I was able to paste it directly in there, and I don't know why that's not working now. So now we're going to create our headers. So we set content type to application/JSON, and then we set authorization to, here, right, bearer, and then you can insert variable. I hate that I can't name these. I'm not sure if I can. It'd be nice if I could. Bearer. Remember, this one is our API key. I'm just going to note that in there again so I don't forget. So obviously this won't work, and when I demo this later, it'll be from a mocked one instead. So here we set our JSON body. So we have JSON. And then how are we gonna, let's look at the example. All right, so this is like the minimum request that we send. So JSON, we set the model. The latest model right now is GPT-4o. We set the max tokens. That's a number. I'm just going to use 1024. You can make it less if you just want shorter responses. And then we set the messages, this one. So this is where it gets a little nested. So messages, this is going to be not an array, a dictionary. Expand it, new key. First, oh wait, no, it was a dictionary. An array, my bad, it's early. So we have an array of messages, right? And then we say new item, this first item, this one, that's our dictionary. Expand that one. All right, so in our dictionary, we have first key, role, that's user. Second key is content. That is an array. Expand, new item in our array. This object takes a dictionary, right? Expand again, new item. What's our key? Type, value, text. We're right here for reference. Next line. So this is our text. And we're just going to say what is in this image. You can phrase this however you want. I'm just using their example. If you want to go a step further, after this video, you can make another one of these. You can do like a text input so that you can always input like what this prompt is. And then you can pass it right along here by saying insert variable and then selecting whichever variable you set for that like user input if you want to make it more powerful. So let's go back here to our content. Second item, that's this one. So we have type image URL. Just making sure I'm doing this correctly. Type image URL, right? Okay. So the next one, we have an image URL, which is an object. Right, and then in our object, we have a key URL. And this is where we put our image data, which is this combined text. Okay, so that's the base64 data prefixed with that base64 formatting. All right, and then that's about it for the request. So the next bit we're going to do is we actually have to get, take the JSON that comes back from this request and turn it into something we can work with. So we can say get dictionary value. Or no, I think that's next. So we say get dictionary from, I think it's this one, from input. Get dictionary from, yep, contents of URL. So it filled that in for me. Nice. And then now we have the dictionary. What is that dictionary? That's this. We really only care about this. So what we got to do is we got to drill down. So we say get value for key. We got choices from this dictionary. Okay. Okay. Now we go into choices. Get value for key. Message. We want this one. You'll see this is an array. That didn't really seem to matter for the shortcut. I didn't have to explicitly say get the first item. I'm sure if you wanted to get multiple, like deal with multiple items, there's a way to do that. So get value for message, right? And then we do one more, get dictionary value. And we say get value for key, get value for content. It's this one. Dictionary value. And it should be that one, right? Yes. Okay. And then finally, we have to show our result. So we have show result. And then let's see, show dictionary value. And this should be this one. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. To review, we take the photo, we encode it into base64, we prepend it with this data image JPEG base64, we set our API key, we set our URL, and then we make our request using API key here, URL here, to post, that's our body, and then we parse out the contents. So I'd like to show this live, but I was having trouble using my camera while also recording. So over on the side, I have a mocked version of this that instead of taking a photo, it just takes an image from your clipboard. So here, I'm going to bring over, I have this image I generated. It's a tree and a mushroom. I'm just going to say copy. And then I'm going to run my mocked shortcut over here that you don't get to see because it shows my API key. It's calling the chat completions, and then here is the result. which depicts a green forest scene featuring a tall tree, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. So have fun, play around with this, experiment with oops, taking an input from the user if you want to like do some cool prompting. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if it was in the comments, if you'd like more videos like this. This is my first video, so please, like, subscribe, do all those things. All right, thank you. Bye.